Hey guys, in today's video I wanted to address a few of the questions that I get asked the most often, not only on YouTube but also other social media platforms as well. So one of the questions I get asked a lot is about my glass pack. People want to know, does it drone? Does it put you to sleep? I used to commute in a 98 Toyota Corolla and it had, I think it was a MagnaFlow on it. And the way it would hum, it would just put me to sleep. It made it really hard driving home from work at 2 in the morning. This isn't so bad. I don't know if you can tell. I'm doing about 40 miles an hour right now. We're going to slow to a stop. Hang on. You can kind of hear it, but really, honestly, I can't tell. I can barely tell at all. What I do notice inside the cab is my trailhead off-road intake. It's pretty loud. But really, it's not bad until you're stepping on it. Here, check this out. It's actually really loud inside the cab. But we're doing 65 right now, and there's so much wind noise in this thing, it's hard to tell anyway. But no droning, it's perfectly fine. I commute, there's a rattle back there. I commute 60 miles round trip every day to work, and I barely notice it, to be completely honest. Now, I imagine if you didn't have any carpet or children, it might seem louder, but I don't even notice it over any of the wind noise, or my tires make noise. I cannot even hear that exhaust. Another question I get is about my remote start and if I still like it. I do really still like it, but I kind of have a regret with it. My one biggest regret is I didn't get a two-way system. And a two-way system will let you know when your vehicle is started on your remote. So right now, I click it, it starts. If I don't hear it or don't visually see it, I don't know for sure that it started. Another question I get asked is what do I use to film? And everything that I film is either done on a GoPro 7, a GoPro 8, or my iPhone. Now, I haven't used my iPhone in a long time, but every once in a while, it's really easy and convenient just to pull it out, grab a clip of something. So the ultimate question I always get asked is, why did I paint my Jeep the way I painted it? And to be quite honest, the answer to that question is my wife made me. When I brought this Cherokee home, my wife was a little less than pleased, and I told her that if I could keep it, I would paint it however she wanted, absolutely anything she wanted. And I was expecting pink, I was expecting some weird color, I was expecting pink, I was expecting anything but this. And she brought up the spooky Jeep idea, and we just kind of rolled with it. And I got really into the project, and I started getting excited about it. I got excited about the project of doing it, doing the paint, figuring out how we were gonna do it. I know I didn't want any decals, I just wanted paint. So got to figure all that out. And in the end, I actually had a really great time doing it, and I love it. You know, it's weird, it's different, nobody else has anything like it, and it's mine. So another question I get asked a lot is about my locker and whether I like it, and does it make any sound, does it change the way I drive? There's a lot of questions. So I don't really have to change the way I drive much. Where I live, it's all open straight roads for the most part, and anytime there's any curves, it's going to be something you're taking slow anyway. Now, in a low traction situation, like maybe in the snow, if you're turning abruptly or driving too fast in a corner, I could see where it might make you want to slide a little bit. But other than that, I've had no problems with it. It does chirp when I go around corners real tight, and like in parking lots, if I'm doing a lot of turning. I've had coworkers tell me that there's something wrong in the front end, it doesn't sound good. And then I explain to them how a lunchbox locker works, and they're usually like, oh, that's really cool. So the next question I've been asked is, what do I use for off-road communication? And in the Spooky Jeep, I actually have the Midland MXT 275 GMRS radio. I did have to go online and apply for the license and pay the fee, but there's no test or anything. You just pay the fee and you're good to go. You just got to follow the rules, use your call sign. It's pretty simple. I really like the MXT 275 because my head unit is hidden. Everything is kind of in the mic. You don't really got to worry about having something bulky hanging out somewhere. If you wanted to make it to where you could plug it in when you're using it and then unplug it and hide it when you're not, it's a great feature of the 275 and I really like it. In my Wrangler, I have a CB that I use as well as the Midland MXT 400. I really like that radio as well. The CB, I barely use it anymore, but I still keep it in there just in case. You know, sometimes you'll go out there on the trail and there'll be people who that's all they use. So I also did a video when I installed those and we tested them out to like 10 miles. When we were headed out to Last Chance Canyon, I was actually talking to Judson 13 miles away and we had some rolling hills. So it's actually extremely surprising how well these GMRS radios actually work. And I don't think I'm going to use CB for pretty much anything. I was going to put a CB in the Spooky Jeep and I have changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. Those boys are really loud back there. So another question I get asked is, what size tires do I run and why? So I run 31-inch tires, and the reason why I run those tires is they didn't cost me anything. So I bought a rolled Cherokee for my parts Jeep for this, and the 31s came on it. Now when I buy new tires, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade to 32s, maybe 33s. I didn't plan on having to trim the fenders, but I might just go up to 33s, give me that extra little bit of tire size as well as clearance for my axles. And if I gotta trim a little bit, I gotta trim a little bit. It'll be fine. So that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you liked it. I know it was kind of short and it's different than my usual videos, but I wanted to get those questions addressed because I get asked a lot on Facebook mostly.
You still can do that.
What?
You still can do the questions.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
But I wanted to get some of the most common questions answered. And hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. As always, don't forget to subscribe.
And make sure to do Tickety Talk.
You can check me out on the Tickety Talk. That is the Tickety Talkity at It's Project Venture, as well as Instagram at It's Project Venture. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm out. The first one is, where does Colt get his magnificent hair? And the answer to that question is, I don't know, but
From the
he's pretty cute though.